All right, I'm going to make another SoulCollage card here with you so you can see some of the basics in a consolidated format. So I'm going to put my file folder down on the table and create this little creation station. I have this image. It's actually a perfume page from a magazine that I find so appealing. And so I'm going to place her there. However, once I put the frame over her, it does change. So I'm going to put her in here. And what I find so appealing about this image is the light and the shadow and the forward and the backwards and this column of light coming up the spine. And I have this image of the chakras that I cut out. The chakras are a core part of my life journey and how I navigate through the world. And they are connected in with the spine, the sushumna, the energy channel of life that courses through us. So I place that there. And I love that the placement of this crown chakra is really seated in the center of my being. And then there's this other image that I've cut out, and what appeals to me about this is the medicine wheel and the elements and this heart-centered map that I also use, the medicine wheel. And that is a new model coming in and shape-shifting a lot of my systems and maps of life. And so I'm putting that up here in this mental space. And so I have this card starting to take shape. And I just do little gentle adjustments with my frame until I get it exactly in a way that feels yes. Oh my goodness gracious. And there she is. So you can see with just 3 images, the background image of a person and these 2 auxiliary images, I have a metaphor. Each image on its own has a story, and together they tell a wider metaphor of life. And so I'm going to take my SoulCollage card and I'm going to place it down over this and press it into place. Hold that card, lift up the frame, and then voila. Now what I can do is take my X-Acto knife and cut around the edge. Sometimes I like to trace it with a pen and then cut with scissors so I can see what I'm cutting away. There's a process of reflection in that as well. However, for the sake of time and demonstration, I'm doing it this way. Using my X-Acto knife to cut along the edge of the card. So that way I can lift that up. I keep holding my center card here and ta-da-da-da-da-da. Now, la-di-da. So then what I do is I take off the top little creatures, those top little images, and now I'm going to glue the background down first. And so I use my glue stick. I usually try to glue on the card. This one's a little bit of a dry stick. And I don't use a whole bunch, just enough to adhere the image, and then I can slide the image around on the glue stick and get it to the edges. Oh yeah, sliding and centering and meditating in the process. It is a journey, folks, every step of the way. I press her down, get a nice flat surface there. Okay. There we go. So by not doing a whole bunch of glue, I was able to navigate her around into her exact position. Then with these little guys, I put a little dollops of glue on it. Chiki pow, chiki piki tea. And then I position those And I meditate on the placement and just really noticing where different parts of the image align. Oh my gosh, right there. Da, 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 da. I love the wings coming out of the back. I'm simply noticing, oh, and this is the shadow, the journey that I've come through, and the chakras, how they've guided me out of the shadow. And I'm going to spiral that upwards and outward into my middle world living with the heart of the medicine wheel as a map. Oh my goodness, that I offer my unique delivery system of soul into the world, into the light. So you can see that as I'm placing images, I'm starting to get messages of meaning, and I can say them out loud, or I can journal about them, and I'll show you that process in just a moment. Holy moly. And just fine adjustments and touch therapy. And see, this one you can even still move. And I have, oh my gosh, the placement feels so good there. Yep, there we go. The wings are still in the shadow of it. Always connecting them with that. Lovely. Da, da, da. And there's my card.